Hello friends, welcome to AffairsCloud. We learn to lead. My name is Vikas.
So friends, in this video we will be discussing about some of the most important current affairs of national affairs topic of June month. This video will be very helpful to you, so do watch the video till the end, hit the like button and share the link of this video with your friends. So friends, we'll start with our session, but before that we have something important to tell you about.
We have an app by the name AffairsCloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded the app, you will open the app and you'll see this type of screen. In this, you can go and log in with your Google account, that is your Gmail ID. Then once you have logged in, then you will be moved to this page where you can see a window. If you click on the current affairs section here, then you will be moved to this page. Now this is where magic happens. This is the course where there are two courses provided by us. First, you should know it is of 1 year and 2 years. So choose your course accordingly. What we are providing and what is the reason behind that you should purchase course of current affairs from us, and what are the important details about it. First thing, you should know that we provide you current affairs in both English and Hindi. Okay. Also, we provide you here current affairs daily. PDFs are provided daily. The important factor here to remember is we are providing PDF to you daily. Okay, that contains question answers of the daily current affairs. They are explained in a much easy way where you can grasp the knowledge and do your revision. Okay, apart from app, we provide you with question answers. Then on every day we provide you 20 question answers quiz, daily 20 questions quiz. So imagine how much it will benefit you in your preparation. Then we provide you same thing for weekly. In weekly we take a quiz of 50 questions. Then question answers of week, we provide you a book, PDF is provided you weekly of the compiled questions of the whole week. Similarly for monthly also, ebook is given, your quizzes are taken, question answers PDF. Then apart from it, we also help you to prepare for banking papers. All the banking exams you can go refer to our videos and our courses here. You can see here that we provide you banking and economic quiz of 157 questions. Okay, then topic wise PDFs are covered. As you can see, we are making videos on indexes and reports, important days, the books and authors, all the events that are taking place in individual months. So these PDFs are provided to you and they will help you a lot in your preparation for journal awareness, your journal studies, as well as for current affairs. Then you can see we also provide you current affairs for state-wise current affairs are provided to you. Apart from this, I have a gift for all of my friends here. If you use my code Vikas10, you will be getting a straight 10% discount on the purchase you make. So when you are about to check out and do the payment, just before the payment, you will be getting an option to use the promo code. There you can put the Vikas10, the code, and you will be getting an extra 10% discount on the total purchase you make there. So let's start with our video.
So friends, let's start. First, we'll be talking about a Yuva scheme, that is a mentoring scheme for young authors that has been recently started. Let's look at the data. For question can be asked, which is the ministry that started the Yuva scheme, that is your young, upcoming and versatile authors? It is your Ministry of Education. Alright, I repeat, Ministry of Education has started a author mentorship program, that is an author mentorship program, that is your Yuva, that is your young, upcoming and versatile authors scheme by the Ministry of Education. Alright, this Prime Minister's scheme for mentoring young authors is to train young and budding authors below the 30 years of age. The objective is to promote reading, writing and book culture of Indians to project Indian writing globally. Key points are for implementing agency that the National Book Trust India under the Ministry of Education will be the implementing agency of the scheme. So if it is asked which is the implementing agency of Yuva, it is the National Book Trust that is under the Ministry of Education. Second thing is the publisher. The books formulated under the scheme will be published by the National Book Trust of India. So the publishing agency will be the National Book Trust of India. The selection under the Yuva, 75 authors will be selected from 1st of June to 31st of July 2021 through an all India contest, and the winners will be announced on the 15th of August. Scholarship will be provided to them an author will get a consolidated scholarship of 50,000 rupees per month for a period of 6 months. This is your Yuva scheme by Ministry of Education. Next we'll be talking about the world's first nano urea. I repeat, IFCO, it is also known as IFCO, or you can say IFFCO, has introduced the world's first nano urea. This is important, do take a note of it, related to your environment and agriculture. All right, what is IFCO? Indian Farmers Fertilizer Cooperative Limited, that is your IFCO, has introduced world's first nano urea liquid. It is the world's first nano urea liquid for farmers during the 50th annual journal body virtual meeting. The production of the nano urea liquid will commence by June 2021, sorry. The scientists have developed indigenous nano urea liquid at the Nano Biotechnology Research Center, Kalol, Gujarat, in line with the Atmanirbhar Bharat and Atmanirbhar Bharat Krishi. The nano urea liquid will be efficient for plant nutrition, which will increase the production with improved nutritional quality. It will create a huge positive effect on the quality of underground water, very significant reduction in the global warming with an impact on climate change and sustainable development. Alright, so first nano urea liquid will be developed by which? It will be developed by IFCO, that is your Indian Farmers Fertilizer Cooperative Limited. Next is your Shri Narendra Singh Tomar has recently launched Horticulture Cluster Development Program. What is this horticulture? Horticulture is basically related to your flowers. Alright. Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Narendra Singh Tomar virtually launched the Horticulture Cluster Development Program. This program will be implemented in a pilot base in 12 horticulture clusters out of the total of 53 selected for this program. This CDP will be implemented by the National Horticulture Board of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. If the question is asked, that is the Horticulture Cluster Development Program will be implemented by which organization? It will be your National Horticulture Board. Alright. Key point you need to remember here is that this horticulture program will benefit around 10 lakh farmers and related stakeholders of the value chain. Improvement exports of the targeted crops is about 20%, and the attract an estimate of investment of rupees 10,000 crore after being implemented in the 53 clusters. Alright, so this is your Horticulture Cluster Development Program launched by Shri Narendra Singh Tomar, and the implementing organization of this Horticulture Cluster Development Program is your National Horticulture Board. Next we'll be talking about eGopala app with Umang platform announced. Alright, I repeat, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying has released eGopala app with Umang platform announced. We'll be looking about all these three things. First of all, Giriraj Singh, who is the Union Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, has announced the integration of eGopala app, that is your generation of wealth through productive and livestock, with Umang, which is your unified mobile application for new age governance platform, during the virtual program organized as a part of the World Milk Day, which is observed on 1st of June. Question can be asked, what is observed on 1st of June? World Milk Day, or World Milk Day is observed on which date? It is the 1st June. Alright, let's look at it. What is Umang app? It is a unified mobile application for the new age governance, that is Umang. It is the full form of Umang. Alright, United Mobile Application for New Age Governance. It is a mobile app, a Digital India initiative of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology by the Government of India for access to center and state government services. The app is aimed at all citizens of India and offers hundreds of services including payment, registration, information research and application form. Similarly, what is eGopala app? The Prime Minister of Narendra Modi recently launched eGopala app under the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana for farmers on 10th of September. Question can ask in another format that eGopala app is for the benefit of whom? It is for the benefit of farmers. This app will give farmers the freedom from middlemen and provide information related to productivity, health and diet of the cattle. Alright, moving on. Next, we'll be talking about One Nation, One Standard mission on BIS. I repeat, RDSO becomes the first institution to be declared SDO under the One Nation, One Standard mission on BIS. What it is, let's look at it. RDSO, that is your Research, Design and Standards Organization, became the first Indian institute to be recognized as a standard developing organization under the Bureau of Indian Standards (SDO) recognition scheme. All right, this SDO recognition is a key part of India's One Nation, One Standard mission. RDSO is the sole R&D, that is your research and development wing of the Ministry of Railways, located in Lucknow, which is now responsible for developing world-class standard for products manufacturing in the railway sector. BISRDO, that is your Bureau of Indian Standards Sustainable Developing Organization recognition, is approved for one institution per sector. The recognition is valid for 3 years and will require renewal after completion of validity period. All right. Then what is this One Nation One Standard? It is main objective of this One Nation One Standard is to design a uniform national standard for sector specific products which will be made mandatory for organization under the sector. The implementation agency for the One Nation One Standard is Bureau of Indian Standard. Question will be asked, which is the implementing agency of One Nation One Standard? It is your Bureau of Indian Standards. Domain specific experts from various organizations in a particular sector will design standards for products manufactured in India. If we are talking about One Nation One Standard mission, it is a part of Make in India program, which is designed to make Indian products compatible in the global market. All right. Next we'll be talking about Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Steel Dharmendra Pradhan ji has presided over a slew of initiatives around compressed biogas to give fillip to Satat scheme. What is this Satat scheme? And let's look at it. Dharmendra Pradhan ji launched a number of initiatives to enhance Satat, that is your sustainable alternative towards affordable transportation scheme. I repeat, question can be asked, what is the full form of Satat? It is your sustainable alternative towards affordable transportation scheme. Cooperation agreement signed among oil and gas companies. MOU signed by Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas with GGGI and companies to set up the CBG plants. All right, these are some of the important you need to know. Just go through them. All right, they won't be asked in your exam. So you need not to learn them. If we talk about the cooperation agreement signed among the oil and natural gas companies, a cooperation agreement was signed between the ministry with oil and natural gas major including Indian Oil, that is your Hindustan Petroleum Limited, BPCL, GAIL, IGL for promotion and development of this Satat scheme. All right. Then website for Satat is this, nothing else, just take a note of it. Next we'll be talking about Niti Aayog Sustainable Development India Index 2021. This is also known as Niti Aayog Sustainable Development Goal India Index and Dashboard for 2020 and 2020 to 2021. Question will be asked, which state topped in this? It was topped by Kerala. Which is the worst performer in this? It is the Bihar is the worst performer. All right, these two states you need to remember. Kerala, the best performance in the Niti Aayog Sustainable Development India Index and Dashboard, and the worst performer is Bihar. Similarly, question can be asked, who released the Sustainable Development Goal India Index and Dashboard for 2020-21? It was released by Niti Aayog. All right. Niti Aayog, that is your National Institute for Transforming India, released the third edition of Sustainable Development Goals India Index and Dashboard for 2020 to 2021. Report title was Sustainable Development India Index and Dashboard for 2021 Partnership in the Decade of Action. This index was launched by Niti Aayog's Vice Chairman Rajiv Kumar along with other members. If we are talking about state-wise, it was topped by Kerala and the worst performer was Bihar. If we are talking about union territories, Chandigarh was the best performer. Next is a report was released, that is 1 year of India AI, that is your India's artificial intelligence. So National AI portal celebrated its first anniversary. A report titled 1 year of India AI was released and a new look of the website homepage was also unveiled at the virtual event that was attended nearly 400 participants and dignitaries. The National AI Portal, it is a joint initiative by the Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology along with National E-Governance Division and NASSCOM. It was launched on May 2020 and it has been serving as a central hub for AI related news, learning, articles, events, and activities. All right. So, India AI portal has completed 1 year now. Next we'll be talking about flagship health scheme on National Health Authority's IT platform. All right, let's look at it. Dr. Harshvardhan launched the digitized version of flagship health scheme on National Health Authority's IT platform. What it is, and let's look at the data. Union Minister Harshvardhan, who is the Minister of Health and Family Welfare, launched the revamped digitized version of central government health schemes, umbrella schemes of Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi RAN, and Health Minister's Discretionary Grant HMD on National Health Authority's IT platform. First, we'll then look at the objective and then we'll be discussing these three schemes. The objective is the digitization of healthcare services to enable the poor and needy people to avail the benefits of the health schemes on time. Now, if we talk about CGHS, RAN, and HMDG. First of all, CGHS. It is a comprehensive health scheme started in 1954 for serving employees, pensioners, member of parliaments, ex-MPs, etc. and their dependent family members. Under this platform of CGHS, the retired pensioners will be provided with the cashless treatment at empaneled centers in a seamless manner. Similarly, for RAN, this scheme provides financial assistance of up to 15 lakh rupees to poor patients for remedial treatment at government hospital for major life-threatening disease, cancer and rare disease. Similarly, we are talking about HMD. Under this scheme, an amount of 1,25,000 is provided to patients whose annual income does not exceed rupees 1,25,000 to meet a part of the expenditure on hospitalization treatment in government hospitals. All right, so these three themes were launched under the National Health Authority's IT platform. Next is government announced scheme to provide pension for dependents of COVID-19 victims. All right, the government of India has announced scheme to provide a pension for the dependents on the COVID-19 victims, among other benefits for the families who lost their earning member due to the pandemic under the Employees State Insurance Scheme and Employees Provident Fund Scheme. This family pension under Employees State Insurance Corporation is to support families of the victims to the benefit of the Employees State Insurance Corporation pension scheme for the employment related death case is extended to those who died due to COVID-19. So basically, it is to provide the benefit to the families in which the person who was earning died due to COVID-19. All right, the dependents of the family are entitled to the benefit of a pension equal to around 90% of the average daily wages. The benefit will be made available with the effect from 24th of March 2022 all cases till 24th of March 2022. Next is EESL has partnered with iShare for energy efficient cooling solution. I repeat, this is the name of the organization that has partnered, that is EESL has partnered with iShare for energy efficient cooling solutions. Energy Efficiency Services Limited, that is EESL, is a joint venture under the Ministry of Power, has signed an MOU with the Indian Society of Heating, Refrigerating and Air Conditioning Engineers for a strategic partnership to implement energy efficient and clean energy solution in heating, ventilation, air condition and refrigeration industry. This is basically for the improvement and advancement. As we know, if a machine is running, it will get heat up. All right, so cool that we need some type of machine only to cool that particular machine. Similarly, if I talk to you, if you are using a PC, then you must have observed that your PC or your laptop starts to heat up. Similarly, if you are using a computer or your PC, that is your personal desktop, personal computer, then you must have observed that the CPU parts get heated up as the fan starts to rotate in this. So to cool that, similarly nowadays liquids are passed through that so that the particular machine does not get heats up and the temperature of this maintains at an average level. All right, so ICAR has worked with an aim to advance the arts and science of the HVAC and R engineering and related services and to promote research in the field of this particular technology. All right, basically to promote the or to improve the cooling system These two have tied up, which are to iShare along with EESL, that is your Energy Efficient Services Limited. Cooling system can be anything, like your air conditioners, all right, like your air conditioners, your refrigerators, all right, they are also the cooling systems. Next we'll be talking about performance grading index for the year 2021 that was released by Department of School Education and Literacy. We have done this in our index and report video, so do check it out. We'll be discussing just the important one here. In this it is saying, according to the performance grading index, the state and union territory released by the Department of School Education and Literacy along with the Ministry of Education, the states of Punjab, Chandigarh, Tamil Nadu, Andaman and Nicobar and Kerala occupied the highest grade, that was the grade 1++. All right, you need to know just this only. Here you can say the grades were of Punjab, grade 1, Chandigarh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Andaman and Nicobar. They were graded with grade 1++ grade. Next, we'll be talking about NTPC. National Thermal Power Corporation has joined with United Nations CEO Water, that is to mandate to work toward water conservation. I repeat, question can be asked. NTPC has joined with United Nations CEO Water, that is a mandate to work towards water conservation. Another way, NTPC has joined with United Nations to work in which field? In water conservation. If we look at the data, NTPC, that is your National Thermal Power Corporation, is India's leading power utility under the Ministry of Power, signed with the United Nations Global Pact CEO Water Mandate, an initiative to mobilize business leaders on water security and sanitation as a part of Sustainable Development Goal. This partnership brings NTPC Chairman Gurdeep Singh to be working with a select group of business leaders who recognize the importance of water stewardship and have been working to save water resource throughout the world. If we talk about CEO Water Mandate, it is designed to assist the companies in the development, implementation and disclosure of comprehensive water strategies and policies. If we talk about NTPC Limited, the chairman is Gurdeep Singh, chairman and managing director is Gurdeep Singh. Headquarter is in New Delhi and it was established in 1975. All right. Next, we'll be talking about Sustainable Development Goal Index. India has slipped 2 positions. That means in earlier list the rank of India was 115, but now in the State of India's Environment 2021 report that was released by CSE, that is your Center for Science and Environment, the rank of India is 117 on the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which was adopted as a part of 2030 agenda by the 193 United Nations member state in 2015. All right. Next thing you need to know here is, if we are talking about the key points, state-wise preparedness, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Chandigarh were the best state with an overall score which are on the path to achieving sustainable development goals. Just remember, in India, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh and Chandigarh were the best state with overall score, with the best score which are on a path of achieving the sustainable development goals. And if we are talking about the least prepared, they were Jharkhand and Bihar in India. All right. Next. And one more thing, yes, the headquarter of Center for Science and Environment is in New Delhi. Next we'll be talking about Narendra Singh Tomar has recently launched Seed Mini Kit program. I repeat, Seed Mini Kit program was recently released by whom? It was released by Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar. It is to boost production of pulses and oil seeds. Seed Mini Kit program. And if we look at the data, Narendra Singh Tomar, who is the minister in the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, launched the Seed Mini Kit program for distributing seeds, mini kits, that is your higher yielding variety of seeds to farmers. The mini kits are being provided by the central agencies, National Seeds Corporation, National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited and your Gujarat State Seed Corporation. The program was wholly funded by Center through the National Food Security Mission. All right. Then if we look at the key points, 20 lakh seeds of mini kits of pulses, more than 8 lakh seeds of soya beans and around 74,000 seeds of groundnut mini kits are to be provided free of cost directly to the farmers under this National Food Security Mission. Then if we talk about the National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation, that is your NAFED, it was established in 1985 and this headquarter is in New Delhi. Next we'll be talking about Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh has recently released e-booklet that contains 20 Ministry of Defense reforms in the year 2020. All right, who released this ministry e-booklet? It was released by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. It contains 20 reforms in 2020. It is an e-book, that is, it is not a hard copy, it is a soft copy which highlights the major reforms of the Ministry of Defense in the year 2020. This e-book provides an overview of the reforms of Ministry of Defense to modernize the armed forces through policy changes, innovations and digital transformations. 20 reforms in 2020 reflects the resolve of the government to strengthen the defense sector. The reforms undertaken by the Ministry of Defense will make a global powerhouse in the defense sector. Alright, if we look at some of the reforms, such as India gets the first Chief of Defense Staff, Military Affairs was created for improved civil-military integration, bringing Nirbharta to defense, digital transformation, modernization, increased transparency, trial testing, increased in defense export and many more. Alright, next is also related to Narendra Singh Tomar. He inaugurated Indus Best Mega Food Park at Raipur, Chandigarh. Question is important. Who released or where Indus Best Mega Food Park was inaugurated? It was inaugurated in Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Important. Alright, and who inaugurated it virtually? It was inaugurated by Narendra Singh Tomar. Narendra Singh Tomar has inaugurated Indus Best Mega Food Park that is situated in Raipur, Chhattisgarh. The food park will support reducing wastage of agriculture produce and ensure value addition. The Indus Best Mega Food Park developed under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana and the Mega Food Park scheme of the central government. It covers an area of 63.8 acres project and this project costed around 145.5 crore rupees to make. The food park will ensure value addition, longer shelf life for farm produce, better price realization for farmers, excellent storage facility and will provide an alternate market for farmers in the particular region. Next is your IIT Madras has hosted Asia's first workshop on memory studies. Indian Institute of Technology Madras hosted Asia's first workshop on international memory studies that was virtually and acknowledged the need to engage in the memory studies of under COVID-19. The workshop precedes the official launch of Indian Network for Memory Studies, the first network in the field of Asia under the aegis of the International Memory Studies Association, Amsterdam. Important thing, question direct will be asked. These are just additional information for you. You need to focus on the main points such as IIT Madras and your Asia's first workshop on what? On memory studies. It can be asked, Asia's first workshop on memory study was conducted by whom or hosted by whom? It was done by IIT Madras, or you can say India's IIT Madras. Next we'll be talking about Union Environment Minister Shri Prakash Javadekar has launched awareness campaign on single-use plastic. Very important. Mark this. Alright, a campaign for awareness on single-use plastic was started by whom? By the Shri Prakash Javadekar. Alright, who is the Union of Environment Minister. This will be direct. Don't get confused. Alright, and it is important. Why? Because this is related to your environment particularly. And when was this launched? It was launched on World Oceans Day, that is observed on 8th of June. Alright, so our Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, that is Prakash Javadekar, has launched 2-month awareness campaign that is for on the single-use plastic and India Plastic Challenge, that is your Hackathon 2021. The government of India has set a target of phasing out that single-use plastic in India by 2022. That means they are planning to reduce the single-use plastic for till the year 2022. That means by 2022, phasing out means removing the single-use plastic in India by 2022. If we reduce, why this plastic is not suitable for use? Because they are non-biodegradable. That means once they are produced and used, they will remain in the environment for as long as possible and they won't be degraded. The awareness campus will focus on the plastic waste management and elimination of identified single-use plastic items and aim to bring behavioral changes in the people. Single-use items can be spoons that you used at markets for feeding or some other thing, plastic spoons, then plastic bottles, but we have found other use that we can store them at home and store water in them. But plastic water bottles of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Sprite, Limca, they are also single use plastics. All right, similarly another single use plastic can be the chips packet. The packet of the chips contain the single use plastic. All right, so to remove them and to ban them, this awareness campaign was started. Next we'll be talking about Kiran Riju has recently released an e-book on the 20 medicinal plant for 2021 for COVID-19 care. I repeat, who released e-book on the 20 medicinal plants for COVID-19 care? It was released by Kiran Riju, who is the Minister of State for Ayush. Released the ebook titled 20 Medicinal Plants for 2021 for COVID-19 Care to highlight the importance of medicinal plants and their therapeutic properties. This ebook was prepared by the National Medicinal Plant Board. If we talk about the ebook records the botanical names, vernacular names, chemical constituents, therapeutic values, pharmacological principles, and important formulations. The plant mentioned in the book can be used in the prevention and management of COVID-19 along with the standard of care. Next is CBSE has collaborated with Microsoft to introduce coding and data science in the schools. Very important question will be asked because this is related to skill development. Which organization has partnered with CBSE to introduce coding and data science in schools? It is your Microsoft. All right. And this will be introduced for the students of classes 6 to 12th. Next is IIT Bombay is to launch KCHD. That is your India's first center for digital health. What is KCHD? It is your Quetta Center for Digital Health. Let's look at it first. The Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, has established KC, that is your Quetta Center for Digital Health, that is the India's first of its kind center for digital health with the contribution from Quetta Foundation. KCHD will collaborate with government organizations, healthcare technology companies and healthcare NGOs. Quetta Center for Digital Health is focused on driving academic progress, research, industry collaboration in digital health. This will offer minor, dual degrees, masters and PhD programs in the healthcare informatics. Alright, so IIT Bombay has started to launch KCHD, that is India's first center for digital health. Remember KCHD and its full form, that is Quetta Center for Digital Health, and it will be established by Indian Institute of Bombay. Next we'll be talking about, this is important and just remember it in a similar way. Foreign Secretary released commemorative stand to mark the 70th anniversary of India-Germany ties. So with which to commemorate the ties with which country, recently Foreign Secretary released a commemorative stamp to mark the 70th anniversary. It is your which country? It is your Germany. Next is UNDP report Lord's aspirational district program. All right, and let's look at it. The independent appraisal report, that is your aspirational district program and appraisal, that was released by United Nations Development Program. It can also be a similar question. Aspirational district program and appraisal. This report is released by whom? It is released by UNDP India. Has appreciated India's aspirational district program as a very successful model of local area development and stated that it can be a best practice for other parts of the world where regional disparities in the development status exist. UNDP has appreciated ADP after analyzing its 49 indicators across 5 sectors of ADP: health and nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources, basic infrastructure and skill development and financial inclusion. The report is based on quantitative analysis of publicly available data, interviews with stakeholders such as district magistrates, central Prabhari officers and others. The report was handed over by UNDP India resident representative Shoko Noda to Niti Aayog's Vice Chairman Dr. Rajiv Kumar and CEO Amitabh Kant. Alright. Next. Next is 31st edition of India Thailand Coordinated Patrol, also known as CORDPAT, was conducted in the Andaman Sea. I repeat, the 31st edition of India Thailand Coordinated Patrol, that is your Indo-Thai CORPAT, that is a biennial exercise, that is it is conducted twice in a 1 year, has been conducted between Indian Navy and Royal Thai Navy in the Andaman Sea. This is important. Where it was conducted, location Andaman Sea, between Indian Navy and Royal Thai Navy. If countries asked, between India and Thailand, and it was the 31st edition. From the Indian side, it was INS Saryu that took part in this. Alright, and from Thailand side, it was His Majesty's Thailand ship Karabi that took part in this naval exercise. Next is Odisha has welcomed Agriculture Year through Raja Prabha festival. Don't need to panic, just remember the question. Raja Prabha is a festival celebrated by which state? It is celebrated in Odisha. And this Raja Prabha is to welcome the Agriculture Year. Alright, just remember this. Raja Prabha, also known as Mithuna Sakranti. Mithuna Sakranti is observed in which state? It is observed in Odisha, and it is to mark the or welcome the agriculture year. Alright. Next is government has planned to launch Project O2 for India to meet the demand of the medical oxygen. Project O2 India. The government of India will be launching Project O2 India to increase the ability of India to meet the increasing demand of medical oxygen and hospital beds following the second wave of COVID-19. It is an initiative of the Office of Principal Secretary Advisor, Government of India. Under the Project O2 for India, a national consortium of oxygen is enabling the national level supply of critical raw materials, setting up small oxygen plants and your concentrators as well as ventilators. Alright, next is IMD and ICMR has launched expert committee to eliminate malaria in India. Alright, and you can say a theme for this was Malaria No More. Malaria No More, a non-governmental organization in partnership with Indian Meteorological Department IMD and your ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research, has established an India Integracy Expert Committee on Malaria and Climate to explore and advance climate-based solutions for accelerating malaria elimination in India. It has a set target to eliminate malaria by 2030, and this is important. Question has been asked earlier in exams that what is the target year of India to eliminate malaria? The target of India to eliminate malaria is year 2030. Next, we'll be talking about customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers were recently launched by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually launched customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers. The training program will be conducted in 111 training centers spread over 26 states. Under the training program, about 1 lakh youth will be trained under the next 2 to 3 months. The program has been designed as a special program under the central component of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 3.0 of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. The program consists of 6 courses and has been designed by the top experts of India. The program aims to create skilled non-medical health workers to fill the present and future needs of the manpower in the health sector if needed. Next you can see here recently Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has recently released Desertification and Land Degradation Atlas of India. Babul Supriyo, who is the Minister of State for Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, released the latest version of Desertification and Land Degradation Atlas of India on the virtual event organized on the account of Desertification and Drought Day. On the account of Desertification and Drought Day is observed on 17th of June. Do mark this also. The new version was published by Space Application Center, that is your ISRO, Ahmedabad. If we talk about you need to know that this Space Application Center is located in Ahmedabad, not the headquarter of ISRO, if you don't get confused. Alright. Next we'll be talking about Swamitta Scheme. What is this Swamitta Scheme? Swamitta is your survey of villages and mapping with improvised technology in village areas. This is your Swamitta Scheme. Alright, it was implemented recently in Assam. So Assam government and SOI, that is your Survey of India, has signed an MOU for the implementation of Swamita Scheme in Assam. Assam government and Survey of India, the National Mapping Agency of India, have signed an MOU for implementation of Swamita Scheme. The Ministry of Panchayati Raj, Government of India and Department of Revenue and Disaster Management along with the Government of Assam will implement the scheme with the support of Panchayat and Rural Development of Assam. As technology partner, Survey of India will take steps for survey of inhabited rural land by drone technology. The implementation of Swamita scheme is aimed at reducing powered property related disputes and legal cases that are currently going on in Assam. If we talk about Swamita scheme, it is a central state sector scheme launched in 2020 on April 24 during the National Panchayati Raj Day. When is your National Panchayati Raj Day observed? It is on 24th of April, and this question was recently asked in your DSSB junior assistant paper. All right, when is your National Panchayati Day observed? It is 24th of April, and it was started by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It aims to provide rural people with the right to document their residential property so that they can use their property for economic purposes. All right.
So friends, this was our video. I hope you enjoyed our video. If you liked our video, do hit the like button, share the link with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel or if you are new to our channel, then do subscribe because it motivates us to bring a better content for you guys. Also, if you have any trouble regarding login or payment or any other issues, then you can reach to us on our mail, that is support@affairscloud.com, or you can call us on the number 9677333862 and we'll resolve your issue as soon as possible. Also, you should go and check our courses that are available at a very reasonable price and that will help you to boost your preparation.